All right, today we're going to be facing off the 5 best shooters in the NBA versus the 5 best shooters in the WNBA in a 3-point contest to see which league has the better shooters. So I'm going to be starting this off with the worst shooter on the NBA side, then we'll move to WNBA, and then we'll work our way up all the way to the best shooter from each league. But instead of doing a full 3-point contest, we're going to be doing 3 shots per spot on the 3-point line. So 5 spots on the 3-point line. 3 shots per rack, I guess you can call it. All right, so we're going to start this thing off with Kevin Durant on the NBA side of things. He was the worst shooter for the NBA players. I've warmed up a little bit with him, and let's see what we can do. There's our first bucket is good to go. There's 2 in a row. We go perfect 3 for 3. Yes, we can on the first rack. So 3 for 3 on rack number 1. There's another green. 4 shots all made so far. 5 shots in a row, and there's a perfect 6 for 6 for KD to start off. He's looking really good for him. Shot number 7 is another miss, or make, I mean. 8 is good to go, and can he go another perfect 3 for 3? Yes, he can. 9 made shots so far. On pace for a perfect score here. I don't want to jinx it. We're up to 10, and there's finally a miss there. And another miss. 2 misses in a row with KD right here. There we go. Finally getting that 11th point, 12. And the final shot is good as well. So a score of 13 for Kevin Durant is very good. So starting off with our first WNBA player, we got Breanna Stewart out here. And she wants to at least tie Kevin Durant's score of 13. All right, so I've warmed up with her now. And let's get this thing going. Starting off with rack number 1 here. The first shot is no good. Second one's a perfect release. And the third one's a perfect release. So 2 points on that first rack. Not bad, but not great. Not going to be Kevin Durant doing that on every single rack. 3 points so far. There's another miss. Up to 4 points now. She's going to have to go on a little streak here. Up to 5. Up to 6 points. Can she go 3 for 3? Yes, she can. 7 points now with Breanna Stewart. Make that 8. Come on, give me the ball. 9 points now. She's on a great streak here. And I think I just jinxed it. No, she still hit it. Up to 10 points. Going to the final rack. She can tie with Kevin Durant here. There's 12 points. And to tie Durant, the bucket is good. So 13 points for Breanna Stewart. And we are tied up between the WNBA and NBA players to start this thing off. Moving over to our next NBA player, we got Duncan Robinson. And let's see what he can do here. Starting off, and it's going to be a miss. There's the perfect release, though. Getting a point on the board. 2 points now for Duncan Robinson. Let's see if he can keep on going. Number 3 there. Number 4. And the final shot on this rack is good to go. Already up to 5 points for Duncan Robinson. Only 1 miss so far, and it was his first shot, and then there's another miss. 6 points now for Duncan. We get the ball back. There we go. 7 points. Still looking pretty good for Duncan. There's point number 8 for him. 9. And can he hit 10 here? Yes, he can. 10 points for Duncan going into the final rack. Might be able to tie Kevin Durant's score. And I might have just jinxed it right there. 11 points. Final shot. That is not a 3-pointer. Let's go back to the 3-point line. It's a perfect release anyways. And that is 12 points for Duncan Robinson. So 1 lower than Kevin Durant, but still a great score. Moving over to our next WNBA player, we got Vivians. She actually has a really nice release here. Starting off with a perfect release. Second shot is no good though, and there we go. There's another perfect release. So 2 points so far for Vivians. Make that 3. 4 points. Going on a little streak right here, and there we go. Another bucket. 5 points so far for her. Can she get 6 here? No, there is another miss. Now putting 6 up on the board, and gets number 7 there as well, even though it wasn't a perfect release. Up to 8 now. 9 points and 10 points right there going into the final rack. Let's see what she can do. There's a miss to start off. A perfect release. And the final shot is a perfect release as well. So 12 points for her as well, tying Duncan Robinson. And we're all tied up 25-25. Moving over to our next NBA player, we got Seth Curry. Let's just start this thing right off with him. 1 point on the first rack. 1 for 1 so far. Can we get back there? There we go. 2 for 2. 3 for 3. Starting off great for Seth Curry here. Great first rack. Second rack, he continues the streak. Can we get a ball here? There we go. Again, a perfect release. Final shot on this rack is no good. Finally missing Seth Curry here. But then he keeps on hitting greens. Another green. Already up to 7 points. 8 points right now. Got 2 more racks for him. See how he can finish this thing. There's a miss. Not a perfect, but still hits it. Or a make, I mean. And another shot is good to go. So he is up to 10 points now going into this final rack. There's a perfect release. The second one's not a perfect release. And the final shot is no good. So only 12 points here for Seth Curry. WNBA players might be able to take a lead here. Our next WNBA player is Alicia Clark, and she has by far the worst shot motion out of any of these shooters. Like, look at it. It is so hard to green. The green window is so small with her jump shot, but 3 for 3 on the first rack is pretty good. So her shooting rating is very good to be making all these. And she finally misses a shot. Hits that second one, or that last one there. So already up to 5 points going into the middle rack. Make that 6 points. Maybe 7 here. No, that's another miss. And there we go. She hits 7 right there. So 7 points, 2 more racks to go here. She can still get a very good score. Up to 8. There's another miss. And that one is good to go. 9 points going into the final rack. That's a miss. There's a perfect release. And the final shot is no good. So only 10 points for Alicia Clark. I mean, that all had to do with the jump shot. So the NBA players have a 2-point lead now. All right, so we're going to be sticking with the WNBA here. Moving on to Sue Bird, since she is on the same team as Alicia Clark. Thought I'd just keep it in the WNBA. First rack, only hitting 2 shots there. Not able to go perfect. Second rack, though. Perfect release. Another perfect release. And the final shot is good as well. So 5 points for Sue Bird after the first 2 racks. Not bad at all. And she is just greening right now. Bang! Another made shot, up to 8 points with 2 racks to go. Really good for Sue Bird here. Great way to keep the WNBA players back in this. 11 points going into the final rack. Can she go 3 for 3 on the final rack? First shot's good. Second shot is no good. And the final shot is a perfect release. Gonna tie the top score of 13. Back over to the NBA. We got our second last shooter here, and that is going to be Klay Thompson. Thing I've noticed between the WNBA and NBA players is the WNBA players have a way faster release. Like, their releases are so quick. And I find it's a little easier to shoot like that. Klay Thompson, I mean, still shooting lights out right now. He's missed 1 shot. So 5 points going into the middle rack. Up to 6, 7 points, 8 points for Klay Thompson. 2 racks to go here. Gonna get another perfect rack, and he gets that one to go despite the non-perfect release. Again, another non-perfect release. That's no good. 10 points going into the final rack. Up to 11, 12 points. And Klay Thompson is going to hit 13. So the NBA players are going to stick with their 2-point lead here going into our 2 final players. Sticking with the NBA players, we're moving on to our final NBA player, the best shooter of them all, Stephen Curry. And he's already 3 for 3 in this thing. And if he hits 14 or 15 points, the NBA players win no matter what. It'll be impossible for the WNBA players to come back at that point. And so far, Steph Curry has not missed a shot. He is 7 for 7. Make that 8 for 8. Perfect on 3 racks in a row here. Let's see if you can finish it off, though. Can we get to the 3-point line? There we go. There's point number 10 for him, point number 11, point number 12, and he needs two more things to two more made shots to confirm the W here. I think 12, 13, isn't that 14? He hasn't missed a shot yet, has he? Okay, he misses the final bucket. I got a little messed up with my counting right there. 14 points for Stephen Curry, and that brings the NBA players' score up to a total of 64 points. So at this point, it's impossible for the WNBA players to come back, even if the final WNBA player shot perfect. We are going to finish off with the WNBA players here, though, just to see what their final score will be. And our final shooter is Allie Quigley, who is the best shooter in the WNBA, at least according to NBA 2K. And so far, she is shooting a perfect 4 for 4, make that 5 for 5, 6 for 6 now, as she cannot miss so far going into the middle rack. It's another perfect release. There we go again. She's got a really nice jump shot. As I was saying, the WNBA player jump shots are a lot quicker than the NBA player ones, so I find it a little easier to actually hit these green releases, and she still has not missed. 12 points so far going into the final rack, and there we go, another make, another non-perfect release. That is her first miss of this competition, and there's 2 misses in a row, so that is going to be 13 points for Allie Quigley, giving us a final score of 64 to 61 for the NBA players. If she could have hit those last 2 shots right there, they would have only lost by 1 point. And the big thing for the WNBA players was Alicia Clark. Her awful jump shot kind of made them lose there. That's going to be it for this video. If you guys did enjoy it, make sure you do subscribe to the channel, smash that like button. This has been your boy Smequle, and I'll see you next time. Peace.
Never at ease, I don't know a limit. Chasing a dream, I don't know what sleepers. I got a queen, she lit me to eat it. She ripe like a peach and she snapped me to snippet. We well overdue for that link up in person. Text me to fall through a murder, she wrote it. Still with courage, you're doing a service. Pull up to the crib, I'm equipped with the brush strokes. Cut throat from the low, when no love.